The Comma in Sports Network.
What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the Come On In Sports Network. Dolph's not here with us right now. I'm going to try and do the intro. Y'all know I'm not good at it, but sit down, relax, have a seat, grab some popcorn and a drink, and come on in. We appreciate you all for tuning in tonight. We have a special guest that will be joining us. We're going to cover everything sports from football to basketball to Ryan Garcia in the boxing world and some college football as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on Ray Diggs from the Real Untouchable Podcast. What's up, Ray? How you doing, brother?
Hey, what it do, man? Hey, how everybody doing out here, man? It's me, the Real Untouchable Podcast with Ray Diggs, man. I'm happy to be here, man.
Absolutely. So let everybody know, who you are, where you come from, what your channel's all about, all that good stuff.
Oh, man. So I'm Ray Diggs. I'm originally from Arkansas. My podcast is, I talk about everything, from boxing to NFL, NBA. I'm really into college football more than anything because that's what I know the most. It's basically college football. But hey, I can talk about any sports though.
Shoot, we love that. Well, good to hear. I was just telling you, I'm not the best known person with college football. I lay on Dolph and Nan and Coach Rock and all them for that. So I got you here, Ray. You're gonna hold it down for me once we get to that topic. That's for sure. But what's up, everybody? Rose City in the building. What's up, Rose City? Slim South in the building. What up, Slim? How you doing, my brother? Let me go ahead before we really get into it, and let me drop a link down here for Ray's channel as well. So let me do that real fast. There we go. Boom. That only took a second. So make sure y'all go ahead and check him out. Go hit that subscribe button over on his channel. Then come back on over here and we'll get it going for the rest of the time. So let's see. There we go. So let's go ahead. Let's jump into some of these conversations. First and foremost, one of the more recent things is the NBA playoffs, and the NBA has finally come to a close where the Boston Celtics went ahead and took it away, winning their 18th championship in the history of the Boston Celtics. Unbelievable feat. And you told me you had no doubts that they were going to win it, man. So tell me what your thoughts going into the season and why you thought they were going to take it away.
So when it came to the Boston Celtics, my whole thing when it came to the Boston Celtics was this: if they didn't play down to their competition, they was definitely going to win the NBA championship because they had the best team. And like I told you before, like when it came down to them, when it came down to the Boston Celtics, they was dominant all year. They won 64 games. The one team that I felt like that could defeat them was the Denver Nuggets. And I told you the reason why I felt that the Denver Nuggets could beat them. But anybody else, if they played the way and the Boston Celtics known to play down to their competition. Just think about it. They played down to their competition against the Miami Heat last season. They was a better team, and they played down to their competition, and they lost against them. But I said if they play, and I honestly feel when this team turned it on, you want to know when they turned it on? When Jimmy Butler said what he said. When Jimmy Butler said what he said after that second game. That's all. When he said that, I said, yeah, this right here is pretty much over with. They won't win another game. The Miami Heat won't win another game. And that's when I think they pretty much clicked. They pretty much dominated everybody else. The Indiana Pacers, they gave them a matchup, but we knew that they was going to be there. Then we knew they was going to get to the finals. Okay.
I mean, the Celtics were they're the most solid team throughout the majority of the year. I mean, the West had a lot of good competition in it, but the Celtics just, even though they do play down to their competition in moments, they're not a young, unestablished team. They got a lot of good veterans. They're very long. And, when they finally lock in, it's hard to beat a team like them. They, like you said, they did allow a couple games where it felt like they kind of played down their competition, even with the Pacers, even letting the Cavs get a couple, which really unheard of. But when it mattered, they just locked it in, and it was like there was no contest of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so as far as, go ahead.
And a lot of people say it was injuries. Listen, injuries is a part of the game. Like I tell everybody, injuries is a part of the game. Nobody said nothing when the Warriors won their championship. When they had everybody, it seemed like the other team, every team that they played against, somebody was injured. So I'm not going to take it away from this team. And the one thing I don't understand is, why do people hate Jason Tatum so much? Like, the Boston Celtics did it the right way. I respect them. I'm not a Celtics fan, but I respect them. They did it the right way. They went, they drafted their 2 stars. Yep. They went to the NBA championship. They lost. They knew what they needed to do. They lost it in the first round last year. They knew what pieces they needed. They traded Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
A corner piece of their team. And they brought in Jrue Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis,
which is just a better Marcus Smart, better defensively, better offensively, better guard. Because in the year prior, they try to have Marcus Smart play like a true point guard position, and you could just tell he was uncomfortable with it. Like, they want him to be a 3-point shooter, and he actually shot fairly well relative to the previous years. So he did step up his game, but that big change and being able to identify that change. And then, one thing that isn't talked about, even though their team was, basically established, but dealing with the coaching situation as well, with having to get rid of I'm forgetting his name now, that now coaches the Houston Rockets, bringing in their current coach and getting through all those obstacles and being the most winning team this year through both conferences and then taking home a championship. Absolutely.
And that's right there why everybody mad at them, but I got to give them their respect. You fired a really, really good coach. Okay, you fired a really good coach. Then you brought in a brand new coach, a 32, 33-year-old coach. Okay, and then what did he do? He get bounced in the first round last season. They get bounced in the first round. Do you know how much pressure this dude was up under?
Yeah.
And they got bounced in the first round. Everybody was pretty much like, this ain't the dude. This ain't the guy. Like, they need to get rid of him. And they ran it back with him, and he won a championship. Like I said, they did everything the right way. They did not team up with nobody. Their 2 young stars was drafted there. They got knocked down against the Golden State Warriors, in a series that they was up 2-1. And then they came back this year as the most dominant team, and they finished it off with a championship. And that's why I respect them for winning this championship this season.
Absolutely. I have to comment on this. Slim said Jrue Holiday should still be a Pelican. Boy, I wish. If we had a true point guard in Jrue, man, we wouldn't be getting bounced in the first round 4-0, but it is what it is. This leads me to bring up is after they got over the hump, everybody says the first championship is the hardest, right? And they've had their fair share of difficulties. I mean, realistically, they could have at least 2, if not 3 by this point with how good this team has been. But they finally got their first one. Is this the start of something special? And can they hold together this team since so many of them are, due for contracts?
Now, that's going to be the problem right there. Now, we know that Jrue Holiday is locked in. Kristaps Porzingis, he's probably going to be locked in for 1 more year. But the key piece that they're going to have to try to keep is Derrick White. And I think
he's going to be the hardest to sign.
A lot of money at Derrick White. And I don't know if the Boston Celtics is going to be. Now, if he want to take $20 million less to win championships and stay in Boston, now this right here could be something special. But I don't see this right here. Now, do I think they can win back-to-back championships? Do you think that the NBA is going to get this much better next season? What team do you think is going to get way better this offseason? Maybe the Oklahoma City Thunder?
Possibly. I mean, I still think the OKC Thunder is still going to be a maturity thing. Because I mean, just over that series, they looked so good against the Pels, but they also had the upper hand. We were down one of our best players, and they just took advantage of it, looked dominant. And then once they played a team that wasn't about to just bow down to them, and they finally got beat, and then the whistle wasn't going their way all the time, things started to get shut down. I think they still have another year or two for maturing to be able to get to that feat. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there are tough teams in the West that are on the come up. I mean, you really can't take out the Timberwolves. I don't know what's going to happen with Mavericks. I didn't know if they would get there this year. I didn't expect them to get this far, but the development of some of those young players, I think they're still missing like one piece to like replace Jones in the starting lineup to like really spread things out. They need a little more length on that squad. And then you can never count out the Nuggets. You just can't. But as far as getting better than the Celtics, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So, and that's right there what I keep telling everybody. Like, who is going to get that much better over the all season that's going to be able to really top them when they're locked in? The only problem that they're going to have next season is the same problem they had this year. Whether they get bored, is a championship is what they wanted. Is they going to get bored next season or injuries? Kristaps Porzingis, he can't stay healthy. He can't not stay healthy. So those are the two things that can derail this team.
Yeah, and then it's also keeping that hungry mentality, man. You don't want to go in and then all of a sudden just be like, oh, we got one. All right, yeah, we're deserving of this now. Let's sit back on our heels and let it come to us. They got to still play hungry. And like you said, we'll see how this contract situation goes. I think I hope White doesn't leave just for the sake of how long has it been since really any team has just had a player that is a foundational piece. White will be picked up by any team in the NBA, just about. Anybody could use a 3-point guard that can guard positions 1 through 3 and even 4 if he's got to. Any player wants that right now. But he stays there. That's what continues and win rings. So it's like, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? And that's the thing you don't see as much in sports anymore. Do you want to leave a legacy or do you want it to you want to get one and then relax and fill up your pockets? Either way is right, but it's what you want. That's what we got to find out. Yep. Last thing on this one, and I know you actually said you enjoy watching Tatum. You enjoy how Tatum plays. I'm cool with Tatum. My disagreement with him is just like how he's like always trying to make himself out like Kobe and then come out saying that he is the best player in the NBA. He's the face of the NBA right now. It felt very LeBron-like in some essence, and then LeBron got a lot of slack for that. And I feel like that's where Tatum's getting a lot of the slack from as well. But if you have to pick, like, who is the star on this team? Jaylen Brown got the MVP for this series, which I think was well-deserved. He was a star throughout the entire playoffs. Or Jason Tatum, who has been the number one, has been the main guy, the MVP candidate. Who is better?
So if I had to pick out of the two, I'm going to be honest, I probably wouldn't pick neither. I probably wouldn't pick because I like both.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
If I had to pick one, okay, Tatum's ceiling is higher. I think his ceiling is higher in a 6'10", 6'10", small forward, power forward, whatever you want to put him at. But if I had to pick a player that I know is going to come and he's going to perform, and I'm talking about this dude has got that dog in him. See, Jaylen Brown got that dog in him. See, Jason Tatum ain't got that dog. That's why he can never be Kobe. Jaylen Brown, he got that dog in him. He going to come out there and he's going to be, just like he's saying, Jaylen Brown is that dude. He's a baller. So if I pick somebody that, okay, it's a game 7, and I know this dude right here I need this dude right here to come in the game and to take over and dominate, and I know what he's gonna give me, it's gonna be Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum disappeared a lot in the playoffs. I'm gonna be honest with you, especially in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Tatum is, I want to see him. He says it, but I want to see him walk when he talks as well. Like, I want to see him angry. Like, I don't even see him angry. I see him more angry at the refs than he is at the players. Like, I want to see you be ferocious. Like, I want to see you go in and jam somebody and yell in their face and tell I am him, but show it. Don't just talk it, show it. And I think if he finds that level of intensity and, that'll be the main difference maker. But I just don't think it's in him. I think he's just a calm, cool, collective guy. And that's good. I mean, every team needs it, but that's what separates him from being like the greatest in the in the NBA right now and not being. I think that's what separates it. But keep it with the NBA. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about recent news as JJ Redick has officially signed a deal with the Los Angeles Lakers to head coach, 4-year deal that's going to be worth upwards to $8 million per season. So initially, man, what was your first thoughts as soon as you heard this announcement?
So for everybody, I'm a big LeBron James fan.
Okay.
But I also criticize him when it's time to criticize him. Okay, but
Absolutely.
when JJ Redick got this job, the first thing that came to my mind was this: the LA Lakers are doing what LeBron wants them to do. They know that this right here is the wrong hire. They know that this right here is not the guy to lead them. Because honestly, I think it's more coaches out there that got better resume, probably got more, But because JJ Redick went on a podcast with LeBron and coaches of X's and O's, then LeBron felt like he could be the coach. Okay, I feel like Sam Cassell would have been a good coach. I feel like Sam Cassell.
Look, that's so funny because I literally got that note right here on my page. Sam Cassell is the one who should have got. If it wasn't Dan Hurley, it should have been Sam Cassell.
It should have been a Sam Cassell because, and I just feel like JJ Redick, could he be successful? I think he can be successful, but it's going to be very difficult for him to be successful in LA. And the reason why is because
it's hard for anybody.
Dude, that fans are different. Honestly, their fans are different. He lose 5 games in a row, they're going to be calling for his head. They're going to be calling for him to be, hey, this is not the guy.
Exactly.
It's going to kind of look like Luke Walton when Luke Walton became the head coach. That's how it's going to look. So I just don't think that this right here was a good hire. And I might be wrong in the end. He might turn out to be Steve, which I don't think he will be. But I just think that this right here was the wrong hire. I think that they should have went somewhere else. I think Sam Cassell could have taken a job. Or if you wanted Dan Hurley, if you really wanted Dan Hurley, you throw the money at him. You don't come in there with $70 million talking about I want to get a 2-time defending national championship coach and talking about because if you really want him, you come in there with a blank check. And you get at
me, they got the money, man. We all see the tickets to those damn games. We all see the ticket. I mean, look, dude, I'm right there with you. I mean, in the sense of like, can JJ Redick be a good coach? I mean, yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, he's definitely intelligent. He's been around the league. He's worked with a lot of different teams, worked with a lot of different coaches. He's kind of seen the ins and outs of it. We've seen through his podcast that he understands the X's and O's very well. So he has a good sense. But I mean, a lot of NBA players have those senses too. But that doesn't mean they're fit to be coaches because there's a difference between knowing the X and O's and leading grown men, and then being as young as you are. Being, you're younger than some people on that team. You came to the league in similar time as some of these guys on that team, and now they got to come up and they got to respect you. Now, we've seen in certain instances, like in the NFL, like player coaches have been more popular, and maybe it could be a good thing. But for a Lakers team right now, that the biggest thing that's held them back has been health and coaching down the stretch. That I just don't understand the move. And I don't understand the move for JJ Redick to accept this, knowing that he could go into this, lose, and never see another coaching job ever again and go back to broadcasting.
Steve Nash. Exactly. He could come back in there and do the exact same thing that Steve Nash did. Steve Nash was smart. Steve Nash was a very smart point guard. And then when he messed up in Brooklyn, where's he at now? So this thing can go very bad. And we know how Lakers fans get. I just don't. And then when you think about it, think about the LA Lakers locker room. This is LeBron's guy. You think those guys are not talking? This is LeBron guy.
Right. Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Absolutely. It's hard. It's so funny, on his opening presser, he came out and said, he hadn't talked to LeBron at all about this job. And everybody in the comments was like, man, LeBron already teaching your ass how to lie. It's like, come on, man. I know he says that because you can't, because it's probably some type of tampering or something like that. But we all know what happened. Got this planned out. Get your first opportunity. Do it with LeBron. But this is also what LeBron wants, because this is what LeBron has wanted his whole entire career. He wants a coach that he can manipulate. The only one that he couldn't do it was the youngest coach, the other young coach that he worked with, which I think was the youngest coach to ever coach in the NBA, which is Spo from Miami. That's the only one.
Spo and Tyronn Lue was the only ones he couldn't manipulate. But the one Eric Spoelstra, he was really trying to get rid of Eric Spoelstra. He actually went.
I know he was. I know. I remember that. Yeah.
Trying to get him fired. But guess what? Pat Riley was like, "Hey, peace. We ain't got time for that. This right here is my guy." And then we already know the relationship between him and Tyronn Lue. And I just want to know this right here. When you look at Tyronn Lue, right? Do you think that do you think that JJ Redick can be Eric? Do you think that JJ Redick can be Tyronn Lue? Do you think he can talk to LeBron the way Tyronn Lue did?
No, I don't think so. And that's the thing. That's what the problem. They're not going to have that level of respect because you're coming in as a friend, and so it's how he's going to be able to handle his voice, like how he's going to be able to project his thoughts and ideas, and not to allow these other people to manipulate how things want to be. Talk it out with your players, figure out what works for all of them. But at the end of the day, you're the head coach. You got to make the decisions, and it has to be that way. It can't be the team making decisions. You're doing it because you're the coach. You're hired to do it. That is your duty. Fulfill it. And we talk about it. Those are only two coaches that he won a championship that he's were able to coach him. Well, other than the Disney one, no offense, like whatever. But
yeah, exactly.
who was his coach when they won championships? Spo, Tyronn Lue.
Yep, exactly. So it's like, and then when you think about it, when you look at it, okay, I just don't know. Like I said, LeBron, I just don't think it was the right move. I don't think it was the right move. Yeah. I don't think, I just think it was a terrible move for them to hire him. I think they could have went. To be honest with you, with me, I probably would have kept Darvin Ham. But because LeBron embarrassed him so much in that playoff series, it's pretty much, it was almost impossible for them to bring him back.
Yeah, like you embarrass your
coach. Yeah, you embarrass your coach the way you embarrass him. You pretty much screaming for him to challenge. Okay, like, is you gonna do JJ Redick like that? Because I'm waiting to see. I want to see, is he gonna do JJ Redick like this? Embarrass him. Him and Anthony, go to the press and talk down to their coach, talk down about their coach. Because Anthony Davis he was just as much as involved with Darvin Ham getting fired as LeBron was.
As LeBron was. Yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
It's gonna be interesting to see how it all folds out. I mean, and just to take a look, at some other coaches over the last 24 years that have become, well, actually back to the 90s is where I went, that were players turned coaches without having any former coaching experience. Now we have had some players that have had experience either doing GMing or assistant coaching that came in, but we're not going to discuss those. We're going to talk those strictly playing, maybe broadcasting or doing nothing, and then coaching. Steve Nash first on the list. Not very successful. He finished off his coaching career with a 94-67 record. He did have, I believe they said he did make it to the Eastern Conference Finals in one of those years. After that, we have Derek Fisher. He finished with a 40-96 record.
Horrible.
Jason Kidd, record-wise, has not been good at all up until really this season. But he was 323 for 296. And to be honest, at the end of the year was the first time that I felt like he was actually a good coach. End of the year, then going into the playoffs, and then up into the finals where I feel like he lost some confidence there or something. But again, maybe successful. Could this have been a fluke year? We don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Dolph in the building. What up, Dolph? How you doing, brother? So how you doing, gentlemen? How you doing, Dolph? We patiently waiting for your arrival. Hope everything's going good with you over there. After Jason Kidd is Mark Jackson. Now, this is one that's very questionable because Mark Jackson, even though his record was 121-109, Mark Jackson is, for the most part, giving credit for the buildup of what the Golden State Warriors became, and that a lot of people don't think that they should have let him go when he did.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely should. They definitely shouldn't have let him win. But, like I said, if you're not buying by, you better pretty much cater to your stars nowadays. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't cater to your stars nowadays, you're going to be out of a job. Because it's easily get rid of a coach that makes $6 million than getting rid of a player that's made $60 million a year. So So it's easier. And Mark Jackson probably would never get another head coaching job ever again.
No. I mean, it's definitely not. If it hasn't happened already, it's not going to happen again. And then the only other two that I got is Doc Rivers. He had a long career coaching, 1,100 wins to 782 losses. And then Magic Johnson actually coached, which I didn't even know. He had a record of 5-11. So that was funny. I didn't catch that one. But overall, out of all these guys, you have, I'd say Doc Rivers, even though I don't really love him as a head coach, but he had a long, successful career. I put Mark Jackson as a maybe because we don't know, because he never came back and started coaching again. We don't know. And then I'm even putting a maybe at Jason Kidd because I don't know if this was just a fluke year. So the odds are not in the favor of the success of JJ Redick. So we'll see how
Exactly.
it pans out, man. In the chat, let us know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think JJ Redick was a good move? Can JJ Redick fix what the Lakers need to get back on the saddle and try to catch back up with Boston and now have their 18th championship? Dolph says, how long before the JJ Redick honeymoon lasts before he starts feeling the heat? Ooh, that's a good question. What you think, Ray?
Man, 15 games. 15 games. I'm telling you, 15 to 20 games is enough for the Lakers fan, especially the Lakers faithful, for them to already start coming at JJ Redick. It's gonna be because first of all, it's gonna go by how his lineup is gonna be. Second of all, it's gonna go by how are they running the team? How is the chemistry coming? That's gonna tell a lot. The first 10, 15, 20 games, I think if they're not performing how the Lakers faithful feel like they should be performing, the heat is gonna get on him. Like, and it's not gonna just get on him; it's gonna get on LeBron as well.
Oh yeah,
this is LeBron's hire. So this right here is honestly JJ Redick. Like you said, I wouldn't have taken his job because, like I said, but
too
to
much
answer
on the
his
line,
question,
man.
15, 20 games, 25 max. But they're gonna see if they have a losing record, it's gonna kind of be like all of LeBron's teams. You remember Evan Spoelstra his first year in Miami when they was losing, when they had a losing record. I think they started off like 8-11. You know, they was
going
already
crazy.
Yeah, they was
acting like it wasn't a brand new team and that everybody was gonna gel immediately. Yeah, right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so they're gonna come for his neck. I mean, so it'll be it makes things even more interesting now, especially with the having the in-season tournament, which I'm assuming they're doing again this coming year because it was pretty successful. Just see how that pans out as well, because I mean, it's a good tell of some kind of competition. It's not 100%, but it's like some 75%. We want to win this thing. We want to get our back to back. So we'll see how all that pans out, man. Let's see. Dolph said, Ray, if you are the Celtics GM and you have to decide, oh yeah, we just went through that, Dolph, but yeah, go ahead. If you were a Celtics fan, let them know what would you decide between Brown and Tatum. If you had to pick one, who you picking?
If I had to pick one, I would go with Jaylen Brown. Like I said, he's just a dog on the court. But if talent wise, it's no doubt that it's Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum is more talent. I think his ceiling is higher, but if I had to pick one to build my franchise, I'm going to take Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown is just that dog on the court. He makes a GM like, okay, I feel like I am investing my money. They spent $290 million on him. It was $280 million because that dude is a flat-foot dog on the court. He don't back down. So that's why if I was GM and I had to choose, I'm going with Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. What up, Nah? Nah said JJ should not have gone to LA. That was a death sentence, and we all know it. JJ should have joined a team as an assistant for at least 2 seasons. I'll be surprised if he makes it a full first year. Nah, I mean, you're speaking the truth, man. You're speaking the truth. He should have went in. If he had an interest in coaching, one, you don't go to a team like this and try to become a head coach. Go to a crappy team. Shoot. Even the Pistons had the smarts not to hire. They went ahead and hired a very established coach to come in there and be like, go to a team like that has nothing to lose, that you have no expectations. If you just do better than last year, then you look good. And that would be like, 22 wins. You do that, you're a superstar. But you just don't got to Lakers.
That's all you got to do for Detroit. Just don't lose 28 games in a row. So, but you don't go, and I agree with what you said. I agree. You don't go to LA. That's the one team that you don't. And honestly, I think it's so much dysfunction going on in the LA Lakers organization. When I read, the more I read about Buzz and the way she did Jerry West, and it just tells me everything I need to know about the Lakers organization right now. It's not the place that you want to be. You might want to wait until LeBron retires, or even a little bit after that, before you take that LA Lakers job. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, no offense, LeBron. I know you say you're a LeBron fan. But how many coaches have coached LeBron, and like how has a lot of them ended up? It's always ended up badly for him. He's definitely one to always kind of throw some blame there. Them not getting the pieces that he wants, even though he's the one who selects most of them and has his hands in the pot a bit. It's a tough person to coach, especially someone that has so much experience, that has known as possibly the greatest of all time. It's a lot of pressure to coach a player like that, and to be able to tell him, no, like, this is how I want to do it. You're not going to. He has too much power. It's not good for a new coach to do something like that. Let's see. Duff said, should Celtics match any offer that White gets in free agency? Go for it, Ray.
I just feel like he's a valuable piece to this team. Do you pay $100 million for him? They already in the luxury tag. They already in the luxury. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well go ahead and go deep. When you give Tatum $300 million, do you give Derrick White $100 million? Is he worth $100 million to the Celtics?
Right.
To the Celtics, he is.
Yeah. I think without White, you don't look at continued championships. At least not right away. I don't think you have it, because I don't think you have someone that comes off the bench that fills his shoes by any means. You're gonna lose him. So it's not like you're getting anything in return unless they can, work something out, doctor something up to where they can have that happen. I don't think they have anyone that replaces what he does for that team. And, even though Pritchett, had a really good playoff series, and even Hauser came in, played some good defense, they aren't stars. They aren't starters. I mean, in some aspects, I feel like they shouldn't be on the court at certain moments, but they don't have that person to come in at the one and handle things. They don't have that, or at the two.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just feel like he's worth 100. He worth whatever any other team is willing to pay him, unless because a lot of teams going to build on him to get him away from the Celtics. Okay, it's going to kind of be like, well, even though the Lakers just gave away Alex Caruso, but it's going to be kind of like that type of situation. Like, okay, we need to give him this money to get him away from the Boston Celtics. But I just don't know. When it comes to Derrick White, I think that he'll turn down $20 million to go back to Boston to win championships. Because honestly, I think that he might turn that down. So if they offer him $80 million, they might take it. But you got to think about it. Think about the Boston Celtics payroll. $300 million for Jaylen Brown, $300 million from Jason Tatum. You got $40 million from Jrue Holiday. You got another close to 80, 90, $100 million to Kristaps Porzingis. Like, this is almost
you're a billion in in 4 players. Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot, man.
That's a lot. So you got to think about what is Boston willing to spend. I think Boston brass, the top, will be like, you know what? We'll offer him. We'll go into the luxury tax even more to win 1 or 2 more championships. Which with Derrick White, it gives them a high chance of winning at least another 1, maybe 2 more championships. Because we got to think about it. Jaylen Brown is only 27. Jason Tatum is only 26. So these are 2 young stars right now.
Absolutely young.
So, and then you got Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday is probably 33. Kristaps Porzingis is still young. He just injury prone.
See, how old is Jrue?
So,
oh no, he's 34. He's 34.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. So Nan said he's not sure if they actually can do that because he believes they're inside the second apron. And they might not be able to afford that move. So that's interesting. So it's really going to be a thing of what White wants to do. It's what White wants to do. And I've always said it. I mean, I love someone that chases legacy rather than the dollar, but also at the same time, man, if you get offered a contract that changes your lives and generations of your family, I mean, I can't judge a man for doing that. That ain't none of my business. Dolph said, Ray, who are your 3 sleepers in tomorrow's draft? In the NBA draft?
I'm going to be honest, man. This right here is one of the weakest drafts that I have ever seen. Like, I've never seen a draft in the last, since the Emeka Okafor draft. Okay, that was the last draft that I've seen that's like this draft right here. I'm just going to be honest with you. And one of my sleepers is going to be Bronny James. Because I got a feeling the Lakers are going to pull the trigger. Excuse my language. They're going to pull it at that number 17 pick. That's one of my sleepers. The kid that went to Duncanville High School, I don't know if y'all know him. His name is Ron Holland. I think this kid right here, ceiling is very high. And I think somebody might want to, look at him up there in the top, at least the top 15, because the kid can play. I've been watching the kid. He went to the G League. He didn't go to college. went to the G League. I think he got better over there. And that's honestly my only two sleepers in tomorrow's draft because, like I said, I don't even know who's going to go number one because anybody can go number one.
Yeah, it's definitely a slow draft. I mean, like I normally at least look into the draft and figure out what's going on, and like nobody even like attracted by name. I mean, the fact that the best player last year, Eddie, is not even supposed to expect to get drafted until like past the 20th pick, is insanity. There's really no one that stands out completely, for anyone. I know, we're also getting a lot more of the, international stars that are coming in, people that are coming from the NBA Ignite. Again, we saw Scoot Henderson, who came from there last year. Unfortunately, he got injured early on, so he didn't really get to see how that panned out. It's also the last year of the NBA Ignite team, so that'll be interesting as well. What up, Reginald? Reginald said, "Who dat fam? Who dat? Who the Flock Nation? What up, man? How you doing, brother? What's up, Reggie?" Coach Rock said, "Pumps the brakes on Boston. It ain't happening again." Coach Rock, aren't you supposed to be in here, Coach Rock, to come tell us why? Man, get your oatmeal. Come on in, Coach. Come on in, Coach. Let us know your thoughts on Boston. ECG, what up, my brother Dante? How you doing, man? What up? Nan said the Lakers are about to waste a pick on Bronny when they should be drafting for the future with maybe Eddie. Is Eddie really the future though? I don't know. I saw like he has okay footwork down in the post. It looks quick for college, but it also looks quick because nobody practices the post game in college anymore. Like it's not essential. Like people don't do that.
Nobody play in the post.
I mean, he's what? He's like what? 70? He's like 7'2", 7'3". I mean, he is big.
Yeah, exactly. But you got to think about it though. Look at the centers in the NBA right now: Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic. Every center, all the centers in the NBA right now can shoot threes. They can pretty much shoot like these dudes are athletic. You see DeAndre Jordan can still play, but guess where he's at right now? On the bench.
On the bench. I don't even know why they didn't play him. I don't understand why Denver didn't play them against Minnesota. We were sitting there begging. We're like, he's right there on the bench. Like he's right there. Throw his ass in. Like, come on.
Like this, like people think that the kid is going to be really, really good. I can't see it because I think that unless he gets better at shooting like threes or get like a mid-range game, that just bagging down all because he can do that at Purdue, but you can't do that in the NBA. Yeah. And then when it's time for him to come out there and actually guard centers, like centers now in the NBA, they're not really up under the rim no more.
Yeah.
And his defense is
very true. Yeah. I mean, it's very true. I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, I still think like there are teams, especially teams that are like on the come up or teams that are looking for just some type of like just strong foundation piece at low that he can be applicable. Very much kind of like how Jonas Valanciunas is. He's not no guy that's going to go out there and put up a show, but Jonas is going to give you solid minutes when he's in. He's going to give you boards. You know what his weaknesses are. Can't defend. You can't guard up high, so you got to coach around that. But you know what he is going to do. He's going to get your rebounds. Now the difference is JV can also shoot the three a little bit, so that allows him to spread out a little. But I can see him taking a role like that, but definitely not nothing that's going to be that's going to change a franchise or like something to build upon. I don't see that either. Let's see. All right. I think that's caught up with everything there. Perfect. All right. So let's go on into our next topic, which, like I was telling you before the show, I saw you had already talked about Mr. Ryan Garcia and him getting fined and suspended. Tell me what your thoughts are, man. Like what's going on with this?
I mean, I don't call him. I call him Ryan Lion Garcia. That's his name. Ryan Lion Garcia, because that's all he's been doing this whole time is lying. Okay. Now, I like Ryan Garcia. For people that go watch my show, you'll see I like Ryan Garcia. I think he got all the talent in the world. Do I think he cheated? If he did take something, I don't think he knew.
Yeah, that's very common. It's very common too. But I mean, when you're in a professional thing in a big moment like this, you should know exactly what's going in your body. There's really no excuses anymore for not double checking. Like this ain't the 80s and 90s where it's like, oh yeah, look, this stuff works. Take it. Like you can get this shit tested for very cheap. Go test it. Make sure it works before you use it.
And then also, he cheated twice. You know, he came in overweight. Okay, and I know everybody's talking about like, man, you know, it don't matter about the weight. At the end of the day, it matters. Okay, because Devin Haney pretty much drained himself to make weight because this is a business. You know, this is his job. His job is to make weight, come in, and it's supposed to be a fair fight. He came in 3 pounds overweight. Then you test positive for PED. Honestly, I think everything matches up. The $10,000 fine. I think they pretty much took 1.1 million away from him for Golden Boy. Golden Boy took 1.1 million away from him, and he's going to be suspended for a year. But and for Ryan Garcia's fans, I feel like they don't care that I feel like they know that he did wrong, but they don't care because he defeated the one person that they hate the most, and that was Devin Haney and his father.
Yeah.
They hate Bill Haney so much that they don't even care that he cheated.
Yeah. It was funny. It was funny. Bill was the first person to go and congratulate him afterwards too. He's actually really cool about the whole situation after he won. He was a real one for that. Yeah, I mean, this is my thing. So what makes it even funnier is that the substance that caused him to test positive for PEDs was a substance that was supposed to help him lose weight to make weight, and he still didn't do it. So he took a substance that was illegal for him to make weight, and he still didn't make weight. So damn, that's a double F up there. What up, Dolph? How you doing, brother?
What's up, my brothers? What's up, Ray?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, Dolph?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm starting around late, man. Just had to come from football practice with little man, bro. I appreciate you. You was in great hands, man. Hey, he's the host of the show too, so thank you for being here, man. So what was that,
man? Hold it down.
Appreciate y'all for bringing me on, man. I appreciate
it. Man, enjoying it. So what we talking about now? Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, so just to give a full breakdown of everything that happened, because so obviously he got tested and failed for PEDs.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be suspended 1 year. And actually, I got this from Ray, so I'm assuming Ray did all of his research. I got it straight from your podcast, but I was listening to it earlier. But he's fined for a max of $10,000. The fight versus Devin Haney was ruled no contest, and Devin Haney will retain the belt and an undefeated record. So the big question is, I guess, Dolph, for you and what Ray just answered is like, how big of a deal is this?
I'll let our guests go first and jump in.
All right.
So you said how big of a
deal is this? That the fact how big of a deal is it that he got caught for this? What does this mean for him in the future fighting, and even all the other crazy stuff that's been going on around him lately?
I'm gonna tell you why it's not a big deal for him. It's because it wasn't a big deal for Canelo. You see, our Canelo fans, it goes by your fans. See, your fans can sweep things up under the rug when they love you so much, or they wanted to see this guy lose. And see, they're gonna sweep it up under the rug. Ryan Garcia is gonna come back and he's gonna be just as big as he was before he left. The bottom line, that's just the way it's gonna be. Now, for Devin Haney took a beating, and I just don't know. And I said this in my podcast. I just don't know if he can bounce back from this. So this right here was big. This was a big deal because of the beating that Devin Haney took. And honestly, did Ryan Garcia need it? I don't know if Ryan Garcia needed it. I think he would have beat him without it, honestly. So, but it's a big deal because of him giving the way he embarrassed Devin Haney and how it's going to look for the future. Okay, everybody want to get away from Vada now. Everybody's saying, I don't want Vada to test me. Vada is, their tests are contaminated. But I just don't know because you always got to find an excuse when you test positive for something. And that's why I think it's a big deal for me, but it's not going to be a big deal for Ryan Garcia's fan. They don't care. As long as they shut Bill Haney up, that's all they care
about. He beat the hell out of Devin Haney. That's all. He beat the hell out of Devin Haney.
The
PEDs are
scoring
not.
was closer than what it even should have been. That's the crazy part.
He beat the hell out of Devin Haney, man. Listen, I was shocked. But before that fight, remember in his locker room, he had a whole symphony in the locker room. And I was like, this man too damn calm, man. And listen, he went out there. Listen, Bill Haney was not talking. They was already talking about what they were trying to get in ring with Tank was abused, and we could leave that for another day. But listen, despite everything, Devin Haney, he wasn't a better fighter that night, and it wasn't even close. That's the thing. It wasn't even close. I can see if it was.
So I actually got I got some of the stats right here, which is crazy. You know, Ryan Garcia won the overall punches, 106 to 87, so almost 20 more punches landed. But he landed 95 to 45 power punches, so over double the amount of power punches were landed. He also had 3 knockdowns.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, anybody who watched the fight, now they had this one judge, like I say, his license should be banned. He should be banned from judging boxing, because how in the hell he had the scope, what he had is really see, it's judges like that make people don't want to watch boxing. It was judges like that drew people away. It's why MMA had become so popular, man. Yep. With anybody watching that fight, you're sitting there. It was not like the fight was close. Ryan Garcia was outperforming him, man. And for the first time, when we saw Devin Haney dealing with adversity, he didn't look too good with it. He didn't look too good. He didn't look good.
Defense looked horrible.
His defense, man. What lack of defense? And we've been kind of saying he had defense. It was a lack of defense. He didn't have any defense at all. And listen, you had to give your take your hat off to Ryan Garcia that night. I just hate that it's all now being overlooked because of him testing positive for PEDs, and the young man's been acting kind of out of sorts anyway, even before that fight. So I'm just hoping that I think there's maybe a deeper problem that this young man is dealing with in his personal life, and maybe those around him. Maybe he needs the right people around him, man. To try to help him, get him the help he needs, man. Because he is a talent, man. Listen. Everybody goes in that boxing ring, their life is on the line, but he is a talent, man. And listen, despite the loss, Devin Haney is a talent. It's just that night right there, Ryan Garcia did not beat him or with the belt. He beat the hell out of him and left him, no doubt. I said, no doubt.
If it was closer throughout, and he won by a point, or something like that, then you sit there and man, the PDs played a huge factor, and it's like, right. What, he didn't deserve that. Haney, would have won if not. But like you said, Ray, it's like I don't know if he would have won if he wasn't on something. Now, I do think the weight makes a big difference. I feel like that is like the bigger story at topic. I don't like the whole idea of him losing his belt just because he lost and it just be floating because he didn't make weight. I mean, that's just like a not fair thing. He should retain the belt. Regardless if he lost or won, it should just be that way because he wasn't as conditioned. He wasn't as tired. He was able to hold his weight up. It makes a huge, huge difference when it comes down to it. Those last 3 pounds are the hardest ones to lose.
But I honestly think Ryan Garcia could have lost those 3 pounds. I think that Floyd Mayweather told him do not lose those 3 pounds. Come in overweight because you don't care about belts. Because we know Floyd Mayweather never cared about belts, really. Okay. And he was like, Floyd Mayweather, the biggest winners in this fight was Floyd Mayweather and Tank Davis. Because now Tank don't have to face Tank don't have to face against Devin Haney. And Floyd Mayweather wanted to get him knocked off his pedestal because I feel like he looked at Devin Haney as being the closest thing to him, because that's exactly what his daddy told him when Devin Haney first came out. I don't know if y'all remember when Devin Haney first came out. Floyd Mayweather Sr. was the first one that told us about Devin Haney because he was training him, and his defense was tight. His defense was tight. Then his dad came back in, and then he pretty much went away from the defense. Devin Haney's been getting beat up for the last 3 fights. Lomachenko was pretty much beating up on him. His defense has been terrible the last 3 fights. And unless he tighten up on his defense, he's going to keep getting beat up against and God forbid if he go up against Teofimo Lopez, because Teofimo Lopez can really fight. He's really good. That 140 pounds is deep right now. And all of those dudes at 140 got power. Tank got power. He had 135, but he fight at 140. Teofimo Lopez got power. Lomachenko got power. All them dudes. Pitbull Cruz, we know he got power. So all of these dudes, look at this. Look at that. He just kept hitting him with a left hook. So he just pretty much beating the brakes off him. And Tank told him about the left hook. Tank told him that's all he got is the left hook. And he still got hit with it every single time.
Coach, you're muted. Can you hear me? All right. You can hear me? You can hear me, Ray? All right. But listen, you're right, man. He kept getting hit with the left all night, man. And it's almost as if, and if I say this, it's going to be like I'm taking away from Ryan. But do you think he was actually overlooking Ryan Garcia?
Hey, you really took that. I definitely think that he was underestimating Ryan Garcia. He was underestimating Ryan Garcia all the way from the press conference all the way to the fight, because he felt like he could dominate Ryan Garcia, but not knowing that Ryan Garcia is really talented. Like, if you take away the Tank fight, like, Ryan Garcia is really, really a talented fighter. And I think Devin Haney, Bill Haney overlooked him. And that's why they were surprised when it came to fight night. So I definitely agree with you. When you asked, do I think that he overlooked him? He definitely did.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that comes because of the hating as well. And a lot of it is because, Ryan Garcia was one of those that was like very open since a young age of putting everything that he did and everything he worked for on Instagram. Became famous from it. So instantly people are going to not like the dude because he got popularity before he was even something. So we knew what was going to happen. And he saw him, get beat by Tank, look bad. He saw how tired he looked, how weak he looked in comparison to how he normally is when he had to drop the weight. Then you see the quote unquote performance that Garcia put out that he said that, he was just acting like he was crazy. I'm 50-50 on that. And I think really it got in Haney's head, thought like, oh man, this is going to be walking apart.
Right. And people just don't like Haney, like you guys said earlier, because it's daddy. And daddy talk too much.
True.
Listen, I'll be proud of my son too. But damn, sometimes he do got to get in the ring with these people.
Exactly.
These are world-class fighters he's fighting too. They are just as talented as him. So I mean, sometimes you gotta learn sometimes learn how to shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Just shut up.
Especially when you're not the one getting in the ring.
Yeah,
you're not even the one going in about to get hit. Right, exactly.
And he's at the press conference saying, if he dies, he dies. And then in the 10th round, we thinking that your son is about to die. Like, we looking at him like, oh my God, man, they need to stop this fight, man. Like, because I know when I'm watching, I'm thinking that they need to stop this fight. He's taking an unnecessary beating at this point. But I knew that they weren't going to stop it because that's just not the way the Haneys do business. But Bill Haney is the reason people hate Devin Haney. Devin Haney really never says nothing. He don't even talk that much. He's very soft-spoken. He don't really talk a lot, but it's his father. The same reason why everybody hate LeVar Ball. Everybody hate the Balls. They don't hate him because of them, because they don't really say nothing. They hate him because their father.
Yeah, all the unnecessary hate for Lonzo like cracks me up because Lonzo is like just one of more chiller people in the NBA. He don't be doing nothing. Like I've seen him down in like he dude shops at Target. Like I saw him at Target when he was playing for the Pels. Like just super chill, down to earth dude. And then I get it, for sure. You spot on with that.
We got the legendary Coach Rock. The game has changed. What's going on, Coach?
How y'all guys doing, man?
We're doing good, man. What you got for Ray, man? What you got for Ray tonight, man?
I'm just listening, bro. I'm just sitting there listening to y'all good conversation flow. That's all.
That's good, man. That's good, man. Appreciate
Coach, is that a Falcons hat you wearing?
That's correct, sir.
All right. No judgment thrown here. No judgment from me.
No, it matched the shirt. That's
okay. Oh, that's fair. I'll let
man. Tell the truth behind that hat, man. Tell the truth behind that hat.
There's no truth. It matched the shirt.
Let me tell y'all the truth, because he don't want to tell the truth right now. The truth is, Coach lost his mind for a couple seasons and was rolling with that black and red of the Atlanta Falcons. Then he went from the Atlanta Falcons. He went up there with my homeboy in KC. You know what I'm saying? I can't give a lot of people like to rock with KC, but now he done came back home and he frustrated as hell. He thinking he should have stayed where he was. They coming back home right now, he lost his mind.
Now he probably thinking he's trying to find someone else to go.
So look, if I could cut in, let me give y'all some breaking news in the NBA right quick, man. The Brooklyn Nets have agreed in principle to trade forward Mikal Bridges to the New York Knicks for Bojan Bogdanovic, if I'm saying it right.
Bojan, yeah.
Yeah, and 4 first-round picks.
I like that. Oh
wow, that's kind of huge for the Knicks.
Yeah,
some length, good defense.
Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
you're not trying to gotta play 48 minutes no more.
Yeah, they're getting all the damn Villanova players.
The Knicks gave up buying 4 first-round picks
and 4 first-round picks.
Nah,
that's a lot.
We ain't working on 4 first. Well, you know what they paid for.
And Bogdanovic as well.
Yeah, and the players too, and 4 first-round picks. That's just breaking news just happened.
So I guess that tells you how people value the next couple of drafts. If you gonna give up 4 draft picks, so the Knicks are going all in. They're trying to go all in. But I don't know, man. I still don't see them beating Boston, man. No. They should have lost the first game in Indiana.
I didn't see them beating Boston, but that's a good pickup, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, that's a hell of a pickup. I like that.
Teaming up with his college teammates, man. That's gonna be good, man. Them boys are dogs down there. Them Villanova boys can play. Them boys, they grind on defense and everything. Like, and Mikal Bridges is really one of those players like that they need. Like, they really need him because he's a defensive player and he can actually score really good. But I just don't know if Brooklyn Nets really. I don't know.
All right, so let's switch it up a little. I'm gonna take. Let's get to Saturdays with everybody's love. First of all, Ray, let me ask you this: do you have your NCAA 25 on order, or have you already ordered it? NCAA 2K.
Man, I can't wait till that college football comes.
Man, listen. All right, I gotta go. Hey, I gotta go put $5 more on it this Friday, baby. You know what I'm saying? I cannot wait. I'm about to build me a franchise from the gutter, straight up, baby.
I cannot wait.
Everybody out there who play and you play with Alabama, Ohio State, or Michigan, you suck because they already loaded.
I hate that, bro.
Yeah, go play it. Go build your program from the bottom up.
I hate it because it's only for the PS5 system and the Xbox.
Then step up, bro.
Nah, I'm good on the 4.
I'm good
bro. With the 4.
Nah, dog, step up, baby. Hey, well, listen, I got a NCAA 2014, the classic I've been playing. I can get it to you. I'll bring it to you Friday. Now, you want it?
You know what I'm saying?
I'll bring it to you. Just like, man, I can't wait, man. You see them graphics? Oh, man, listen, man. They got the triple option from Omen in there, man. Like, whoa. But anyway, man, let's get back to people turning like, what the hell are they talking about? We talk about everything on here. We just starting, baby. And for everybody who don't know, our special guest tonight is Mr. First of all, the man's name is spelled wrong. I've been calling this man Roy for the last 2 days. The man name is Ray. We have Mr. Ray T.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was wrong in the banner.
Untouchable Podcast, and somebody just running the band anyway. But anyway, that's it, man. We got Mr. Ray Diggs here tonight. He family now, shit. Well, welcome to the family, man. Mr. Ray Diggs here, man. We appreciate you being here, man. We talking sports. Ray, let's get into a little college football, man.
Okay.
I know you are suing. You SEC.
Yeah, Woo Pig Suey, man. Yeah, I'm a Razorbacks fan, man.
All right, man. Coach, you and Coach might have something to talk about.
Oh no.
We got him on here. Listen, Ray representing, baby. Ray, don't let Coach try to intimidate you, bro. You didn't even try to intimidate people.
Hey, all right, Coach. Who your team? Who your college football team here, Coach?
It's right here, baby, in the bayou. Who else I'm gonna go? Them Tigers.
Nigga Ray.
Hey,
all right.
I'm not gonna say nothing about it, man. They're a good team. They're a good team. But yeah, we still trying.
I give Arkansas 4 wins this year. When I looked at your schedule, I had predicted 4 wins.
I'm gonna predict. I think we can steal a couple wins. I think we can get at least 6.
I don't know. Who is your quarterback? That's the first question. Let's go into the Arkansas. Who is your quarterback?
Yeah, we don't have a starting quarterback right now, man.
There we go.
But see, we got the transfer that came from Boise State. I ain't gonna lie, the kid named Green. I like the kid, man. Like honestly, man, he really 6'6". He only weighed 215 pounds, but the dude got a cannon, and he actually played really good in our spring game. So I'm not saying that we're gonna win a national championship. I'm not even gonna say we're gonna go to an SEC championship. And I'm not gonna even say we're gonna win 8 wins. But I think that when we get ourselves a quarterback, I think that we can put up at least 6-7 wins, man, in the SEC. Because we got to think about the SEC, right?
Okay.
It's really only 1 or 2 top teams, maybe 3. Yeah. So let's look at the Arkansas schedule. We're gonna definitely
even with the addition of Texas now too.
Who's your top 3 teams in the SEC?
I'm gonna go with Alabama. I'm gonna go with Georgia, and I'm gonna go with Texas. Those are my top 3 teams in the SEC.
You had 2 right. You missed one.
So where I went wrong at?
Georgia, Texas. You missed one.
Yeah, I said Alabama.
One. No, you missed one.
So you honestly feel that LSU is in a better position than Alabama this year?
He's gone, Ray. He's no more thorn in our side. He's gone, Ray. He's gone. Bye, Nick. He's gone.
I don't think y'all really know. Keelan DeBoer.
Yeah. He's not ready for that.
Oh man, they might when they. Hey,
I got LSU playing Ohio State for the national championship this year.
Let me ask you a question. Who y'all quarterback is?
Nussmeier.
Garrett Nussmeier.
And the kid got the offense is the only question I have with LSU. Can we if this defense is in the top 20?
Defense.
If this defense is in the top 20, LSU offense is explosive as any college team out there this year. It's the defensive line. And like I said, if they could just be in the top 20, nobody's going. I don't see nothing beating them. The only team really I think going to give them a game in the SEC on their schedule would be the Ole Miss Rebels.
You think they're gonna dog walk Alabama? Me and Scott
Ole
that
Miss,
game. We already looking at
Ole
prices.
Miss is really loaded this year, man. Ole Miss is really loaded with a lot of talent, man.
All right,
Ray. Think that's the game.
Ray, week 2, y'all go. You play Oklahoma State. Yep. How you think that goes? That's a hell of a week 2 road game right there.
I think we'll lose that game. We'll lose that game right there, especially at Oklahoma State. I think we'll lose that game. We'll come back and beat UAB. Auburn and Arkansas, that's a toss-up. Everybody think Auburn is really that good. Auburn is still one of the bottom teams in the SEC. That game right there is a toss-em. It is at Auburn, so I agree with you. Because it's at Auburn. And the same thing with Texas A&M. We play Texas A&M at a field every year. We play them in Dallas at Cowboy Stadium. So that's also a toss-up game. Now that Tennessee game,
fast, my friend, not so fast. That's another loss.
Well,
the Texas A&M game.
I don't know, Coach. I don't know. I'm with Ray on that one. That's a toss-up.
You have no quarterback.
They got no coach.
They have a quarterback.
Yeah, who's the quarterback? Who's Texas A&M quarterback?
It don't matter when you play Arkansas. Shit, it don't matter right now.
And that's all.
I came in with fighting words tonight, man. Coach, man, be nice to the guests. He's gonna be like, "Damn, I ain't never coming on again." They jump my case.
Here's my surprise team.
I know. I'm playing.
Who is that?
Here's my surprise team right there. Tennessee.
That's the same thing I was about to say. Tennessee is the most surprised team in the SEC. Like that team right there could possibly lose 2 games or possibly go undefeated. Like that's how good that team can be this year. But LSU, y'all gonna be disappointed. I'm being honest with you. Y'all really gonna be disappointed because that
2 games at the most.
That quarterback that y'all got, he ain't it. He ain't it.
I'm sorry, Ray. You gonna see reality October the 19th.
Hey,
October the 19th. You gonna change the tune.
He ain't it.
Listen, he was in last year. And we had to have mature. Ray, you don't know what I'm saying. We're about to be on Ray.
Hope it winner last.
Let's do a little something here. So when Arkansas and LSU play,
October 19th.
Right for my birthday.
We could do a joint stream. We could stream it live.
If Arkansas beats LSU, I'm gonna get a complete Arkansas outfit, the cap, the t-shirt, and come on here and sue you all day for you.
Okay.
If LSU wins, I just want you to get your nice LSU hat or jersey and just get on here and put the L up and say, "Go Tigers," and that's it.
Hey, that's a bet right there.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I already got an LSU. I was about to
say you messed up. Ray actually used to like LSU. See, that don't even bother him.
He used to be a Tiger.
Yeah, I used to go for him. But I feel like I'm from Arkansas, so I might as well. I need to go for my own.
You're right. I agree with you on that. I feel you on that.
But yeah,
man.
You know what?
Listen, Ray, you got Tennessee, LSU, Ole Miss, Arkansas within a 5 weeks. Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Wow,
that's gonna be one.
That's tough 5 games right there.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Then you close with Missouri. Then Louisiana Tech. They're a bowl team last year.
We'll beat them. They not beating us.
And I hope your coach, your offensive coordinator, don't ride off on his motorcycle like he do everywhere else.
Hey, that's right there why I'm happy he's back, because I know he's gonna spread that ball around. I know the offense is in good hand with Bobby Petrino.
I hope so, because when it get bad, he ride off on his motorcycle and leave you in the dust, bro.
Be honest, y'all lucky that he did ride off on that motorcycle because he had momentum. He had Arkansas ready at that time.
Ready for what?
I mean, we was ready. We was like one of the top. We was like a top 25 team that season, And then when he ended up having a wreck, they brought in a coach that clearly wasn't even a coach. He was just standing on the sideline, and pretty much, they just needed a face.
Right.
And I think the worst thing that Arkansas did that season. But we're gonna be all right. This is a rebuilding year. We're a 3-star school. We all right.
Ray, let me ask you this. Why did your boy leave? Was it NIL deal or why? I was surprised he transferred out.
Jefferson?
Yeah.
I honestly think he took a step back in this offense. I don't think he liked the offensive scheme. And we got to think about it. What do Bobby Petrino like? Bobby Petrino like tall quarterbacks that got a cannon for an arm, like the Ryan Malletts. That was the type of quarterback that Bobby Petrino liked. See, and he wasn't fitting into what Bobby Petrino wanted. So that's why he pretty much walked away, and went to UCF. And honestly, UCF might have threw a nice amount of money to him, but I don't think UCF threw money. I think that, and he's going to be. Yeah, I think it was more like the system, because don't get me wrong, I love Gus Malzahn. Gus Malzahn, I wouldn't mind if he was our coach, and I think he fits Gus Malzahn's offense.
Okay.
Muted, Dolph.
Ray, what is your thoughts on the 12-team playoff this year? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's enough that they shouldn't go in there further? I'm now hearing them talking about adding 4 more teams to make it 16.
What?
I just think it's out. Dolph, let me tell you. Listen. So, first of all, when is the competition? When is the competition? Well, how the competition is going to be with a 12-team playoff? So basically, you got 12 teams that can lose 2-3 games. 6 teams could have been the best. 6 teams could have been the best thing that they could have came up with. And adding more teams, it's going to make it even worse. Like, you have 16 teams. But I'm going to tell you what it's going to come down. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with this 16 or 12-team playoff. It's going to be 3 or 4 SEC schools, and they're going to be coming back crying because they're going to be like, oh, Alabama, Texas, Georgia, LSU. These teams are in the SEC. They're going to be the top 4 teams every single year, and then they're going to be crying about that. So because think about it, you get Georgia against UCF, it's about to really be a bloodbath. Like, we already know what Georgia's going to do to them. So, I don't think that the 12-team playoff was good. I think they could have went maybe 6. 6 would have been the perfect number.
Yeah, I was thinking 8. You got quarterfinals, semifinals, finals. Like, that extends it out enough to where every team is going to have a chance. I mean, you look back at the past, how many years? I mean, even from 6 on, how many of them realistically had a chance? Are they trying to do like what the NBA, what the basketball does? They're trying to create like a March Madness, but for football. Is that what's going on? Like,
they're trying to do what FCS been doing for decades. That's what they're trying to do. And listen, I like the 12. Now let me just say this, and I want everybody to hear this. If you're watching it live, if you're watching it late, if you're watching it months from now, if your team is ranked 13th and does not get into the college playoffs, we do not give a damn. We do not care. We do not want to hear you bitching. We do not want to hear you whining and crying. You should have won enough games. Thank you. That's
hard, man.
Shot, man. Fire some more shots at them. We find shots. So if your team plays in the MEAC and they don't get in, so be it. If you're one of the Big 12 teams, one of the Big 10 teams, one of the SEC teams who don't get in, who think you should get in just because you're a part of the SEC, you don't deserve it. If you lose over 4 or 5 games, you shouldn't be in the playoff. Hands down. You should not be in the playoff. Now, I'm not only am I interested in seeing the SEC this year, but what about the new look Big 10? The new look Big 12?
Oh, yeah,
now,
it's gonna be
a conference that I think needs to make some drastic changes is the ACC. Now, how the hell you put California in and Stanford in the ACC? That's some crazy ass travel miles there for those kids. You're going coast to coast, man. So, but as far as the Big 10, the Big 12, SEC, man, it's must-see TV every Saturday now, man. You gonna have key matchups, and listen, you got Georgia coming to Texas. That's gonna be crazy. That atmosphere is gonna be bananas. 9, I will be in Austin for that. I'm going to. I might not get them tickets right now out the wazoo and I'm talking about nosebleed. But if I could find a way to get in that game, the Texas and Georgia game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
I know. We were looking at the Alabama game, and the nosebleeds. You damn near touching the moon. Them things. Those things were like $200-$300, and I'm like, man, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, but I might pay $200-$300 to go that Georgia Texas game. I don't care. I just want to be in that atmosphere, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just want to be in that atmosphere. A big game. You know it probably will be prime time on ABC. It go be prime time at night. It's in Austin. They playing in Austin.
Man, you think they'll let me run out with Bevo?
Man, you don't want to run out with Bevo. Run over your old ass.
Run out with Bevo, man. Let me run out with
you be on the ground. Bevo dropping your ass. I think this a new Bevo too. I think the one the last one.
Yeah, this a young one.
Yeah. This a young Bevo, man. Now, how long before I think Quinn Ewers is going to be a high draft pick in this next year's draft? But you got those who are saying, Arch Manning, they are so ready to see Arch Manning get on the field. Arch Manning will not be on the field till next year. He will only see the field this year if Quinn Ewers gets hurt.
Exactly.
Man, can you see Archie transferring?
No, he will transfer, but no, he the man next year. The ball's in
he the man.
He the backup.
A lot of people saying that they want him to, and I was like, I think he's right, sitting back. You know, also kind of letting some of that pressure die down coming out of high school and stuff.
Right. Don't go to Ole Miss. He definitely didn't want to go to Ole Miss. That's too much pressure. Tennessee.
Way too much.
He ain't want LSU.
Don't go there. You don't want to go to LSU either.
He ain't want to go to LSU. They'd have threw him out there. Mm-hmm. They threw him out to the dogs.
Well, it would be rioting if he didn't.
So Ray, I don't know if you answered it. Who give me two sleepers from the draft for the draft tomorrow night, if you got any.
Yeah. So I really don't know nothing about this NBA draft right here. I really hadn't paid a lot of attention.
Gotcha.
I follow Ron Holland. I like the kid. The kid went to the G League. I think that he's gonna be a really, really good player in the league. I think people just didn't pay enough attention to him because he didn't go to college.
Right.
But this is one of the weakest drafts that I've ever seen. And I told somebody this the other day. I said, listen, if Cooper Flagg was in this draft, he would be the number one pick, unanimous number one pick, if he was in this draft right here. And he's probably going to be the number one pick next year anyway. But if he was in this draft right here, he was easily the best player in this draft. But I would probably go with one. It would probably be Ron Holland. I think he's going to be a sleeper for me.
Right. And the NBA draft for the first time has gone 2 nights, like they're the NFL draft. And I have no reason why.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, I don't make this.
The NBA draft is one of the boring ass drafts there is. You know why they're doing it for the second round. You know why they're doing it. To see who's going to draft Bronny James. Like, we don't know where he's going at 55. Because if they draft from 17, the internet going to lose their mind. There's no damn way he should be drafted in the first round. You know? Coach, what's your thoughts on Bronny James, man? And this old fiasco. And I want to get your thoughts on JJ Redick.
Who had them shots? Fire them shots again. That's what I think of Bronny James. Fire them. Right there. That's enough said.
So, your thoughts on JJ Redick being hired? And I'm going to say it again. Sam Cassell, a 3-time world champion, player, coach, been assistant coach for 15 years, and he still doesn't get a look-see. LeBron got Darvin Ham fired. He got Mike Brown fired. He couldn't get Eric Spoelstra fired. He left LeBron. I love LeBron, but he left Miami because he couldn't run the show. Pat Riley runs that show. Mm-hmm. He goes to Cleveland. He did everything. We see what he had to deal with in Cleveland. Now we got this clown in New Orleans talking about good people and all that and effing up the franchise. And anyway, that's for another day. But LeBron, man, listen. They can say all they want. JJ Redick said in his press conference, I didn't talk to LeBron until I had accepted the job, and we only spoke about 15 or 20 minutes. Bullshit. That's why I say bullshit. There's no way you just accept the job and then you call LeBron. Man, listen, this shit was in the making. LeBron got who he want. Anthony Davis and LeBron, they wanted Darvin Ham out. You heard Darvin Ham on the way out. Let it be known, man. And a lot of coaches who speaking up, they didn't like what was going on, how that went down, man. So that's all I got, Coach. I hope he doesn't fail for his sake, because like he said, he really don't give a fuck about what. I know I'm encouraged, but that's what he said about what people think. So
what's your profanity?
Yeah, only coached his own. Shit, I guess me and Coach can coach. Shit, I only coach my daughter 5th grade team. Shit, I can get a job in the NBA as a head coach.
I mean, look, he coached his son's youth team too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Youth team.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't coaching high school, no kind of college, junior college, street ball, nothing. Because he sit on TV and he got a lot of people got knowledge. Got a lot of people who ain't played basketball got a lot of knowledge about basketball. So we're gonna see, man.
But my sleeper pick is the kid from Duke, McClain, the point guard, bro. I like the little kid. I really think where he goes, I was hoping that the Pelicans could get him, because the Pelicans really need a point guard, bro.
Bad.
I really like him. But the one question I keep asking, and I keep hearing a lot of people speculate and talk about, why doesn't Mark Jackson why can't he get another opportunity in the NBA? What happened that he's like the Kaepernick of the NBA, bro?
Man, that's the $1 million question. Only
I
person
think
knows him and God.
Yeah, him and God. Everybody's been asking that. I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Mark Jackson is one of the players turned coaches without any prior coaching experience. His record overall was not great, 121, 109, but I mean, he was the foundational piece of developing that franchise, that era for Golden State. And then to never get a chance again for even just a young team trying to build out, obviously he was doing something right.
Right. A little more news. Knicks guard OG Anunoby has opted out of his contract, so he'll be a free agent. Good wing player, good defender. He's a real good player.
It also came out the Knicks are still determined to keep him, though. They're still going to try to sign him. So,
okay. Do the Knicks really need to keep him, though, with Mikal Bridges coming in?
I think so. I absolutely think so. What Anunoby did during the playoffs was what him and Josh, even Brunson was the star, but what him and Josh Hart did, it was what allowed them to go as far as they did.
I'm going to tell you, I let him walk. I let him go.
But I really think this move the Knicks made tonight opened the door for him to walk now.
Yeah, for him to walk. I think they're why they made that move. The Knicks are going to say they want to keep him, but in reality, they don't want to keep him because those Villanova boys, they're going to push each other. Like them dudes, and honestly, I think Mikal Bridges bring the same thing that OG bring to the table. He's a really good defensive player. He can shoot, score. So why do you need to pay him what? Because I'm pretty sure he wants a max contract. So to give up a player plus 4 first-round picks for him, you're not giving much. That's a lot. Giving up that,
man. Yeah.
If anything, they might give Mikal Bridges that extension, but I don't see them keeping him, and I think that's why he opted out tonight when that trade went down.
Yeah.
Does Clay leave Golden State?
No.
I think it's already been dealt. I think it's already like almost for certain that he is from the last that I read. I think they came in conversation and conversation froze, and it came out that it seems like he will be looking other ways. That it has been no more talk since they're over the last week or two, and that it seems like that's going to be a done deal. He's going to go somewhere else unless something changes over the next couple months. Might be it.
Just ain't gonna look right. What does Clay fit best?
It's a lot of places Clay can fit good at. He can fit good in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, they need a shooter. For when Tyrese Maxey, when they try to double team Joel Embiid down there in the post.
Right.
Okay, it's a lot of places he can go to, and but Clay, is at the back end of his career right now. Right. I don't think he'll
right.
Yeah, I don't think he'll leave Golden State, but I do think he want to threaten Golden State like he's gonna leave because he want the money, and I think he want the respect. I think that by them not giving him a contract extension, I think that's more than anything.
That's what it is. He got hurt back-to-back seasons, still came back. He like, where's the loyalty? That's what he's looking for. Listen, he got the championship, he got the ring, he got the money. He's one, not arguably, he's one of the greatest shooters in the history of the National Basketball Association that I've seen. Hell, what game that was? Didn't he hit down there 40 or 50 in the damn period?
Exactly.
I mean, come on, man. Like that don't just happen now, to any if you just trash, And there are some players in the NBA who are trash, starting with Rudy Gobert. Absolute garbage trash. NBA on the NBA standard. He trash. Ain't got a lick off, ain't got one offensive move. Ain't got a drop step, ain't got a hook, ain't got a fall away. He just sucks, bro. Like, how you even won defensive player of the year?
Because he's 7'3".
My God, man. It's just like, and this ain't just from this year. I've been wanting this for the last 5-6 years. Like, what are people seeing him? I don't know, man.
Well, that's just like your boy. How long he been in the NBA?
Who's that?
And he always talking crazy. Got banned off ESPN. He in Milwaukee now. What's his name?
In Milwaukee.
Man from ESPN.
Oh, to my Pat Bear?
Patrick Beverly crazy?
Beverly?
Oh. Listen, we already know. Patrick Beverly is that dude at the post that be talking y'all wind up fighting. Because he keep running.
I like Patrick Beverly, bro. I like what Beverly brings to a team. I like what he brings to a team.
What he bring?
You love him. On your team.
He brings that nuisance, man. I feel like every team needs one. I like what Patrick Beverly brings to a team. I'm not mad at it at all. And the thing is, people don't realize Patrick Beverly used to be a damn good player too. He holds the record for most points in his state for in high school. He scored like 80 points in a game. What you laughing at, Coach?
I don't know what the hell y'all. I don't know what y'all said. I've been trying to figure out for the longest how this dude survived so long in the NBA, bro. I ain't lying.
Hustle, man. Get his hustle on. Hustle hard.
I watched this dude with the Lakers that play a lick of defense, and so as they score on him, he clapping to get the ball and bring it in.
Coach, man, listen, we about to get on out of here. Listen, tonight our special guest has been Mr. Ray Diggs, not Roy, like somebody named Dog put on there. The man name is Ray. He's the host of the Real Untouchable Podcast. Listen, Ray, it was a pleasure having you, bro. You're a family now, my brother. You're welcome back anytime. Listen, you got to come back LSU in August, please, because you and Coach got that. Matter of fact, we live streaming that game. We gonna live stream that game, man. Because I want to see who gonna have to wear that jersey, baby. Who gonna have to wear them colors of the enemy? That's something I want to see. But hey, Ray, let everybody know, man, exactly what your channel is, man. What to expect from your channel.
So like I said, the Real Untouchable Podcast, Ray Diggs, man, that's my podcast. I'm on every Tuesday, Thursday. Just come on and I'm always talking about different things, man. It don't matter what it is, from boxing to NBA, NFL, or just Caitlin Clark. Like, I'm always stay on Caitlin Clark. I stay on her back every single day. But but yeah, man, just make sure y'all tune into the podcast, man. And hey, man, I'm gonna keep bringing y'all great content, man. Hey, and thank you all for having me on, man. I definitely
yes, sir.
Man, listen, thank you for coming through, man. I want to thank Zach for holding me down tonight. Yeah, this is nice, man. Say, bro. Say, Coach, let me tell you something, bro. If you gonna play something, bro, make sure your damn sound is up to par right now, bro. Sound like a bunch of goddamn.
Like you taking paper, scrambling it in the thing.
Yeah, it sound like a bunch of damn wind when the window down.
Razorbacks. All right.
Man, listen. With that being said, man, just to come on the Sports Network, y'all know. Listen, until we meet next time. Good night, family. Everybody take care. And we out. And coach on that oatmeal tonight, y'all. He on that oatmeal.
I'm about to go get another bowl, baby.
How you doing? Come on in. The Come On In Sports Network invites you to join us for the 9th annual Kelly Mills Fundamentals of Football Camp. This year's camp will be Saturday, June 29th at 9 a.m. at Harrell Playground in New Orleans, Louisiana. Donations are welcome, and if you would like to be a guest speaker, please contact the legendary Coach Rock at 504-417-2529. See you then.
The Come On In Sports Network.